Tragic love. Alright. Which is set in this very island. All of its characters bearing very familiar names, though the action itself takes place in the distant past. We've turned orange. Mainland, huh? So we knew that the girls were, by tradition, named after the girls of the myth or legend. Can't help but think of her when you mention the name. I know, go on. Sarah takes a deep breath and returns to the story. Okay, no need to give me that look. I'm trying to listen properly. Karen's already turned it back to us, even though her name hasn't come up yet. I suppose it'll appear soon enough. Woo, there she is. Can't stand cliffhangers, tell me the whole story. Sarah resumes her tale. Oh, Karen's shoulders are shaking. What? Sorry, I didn't catch that part. Could you repeat it? Nice. One more time, please. Oops, she looks angry. Nice. Hold on, can you spell out exactly why Karen loves Setsuna? A mage? A curse. Wait a minute, you think you skipped over something? I don't really follow. Why would Karen suddenly want to tear them apart? Just how in love with Setsuna is she? Hey, Shadowy. Hello. You missed a little bit of the backstory of this. Of the myth, the legend. Basically, I don't know. Setsuna came to the island. Ohararine. From the myth, not the real girl. Fell in love with Setsuna, and then Karen wants to tear their love apart because Karen loves Setsuna as well. Well, I mean, it's like 2 minutes. I just start streaming anyway. We're not talking about you. So yeah, again, I think the last stream that I did, it was revealed that the girls are named after the girls from the legend. Apparently, I think it was like, I don't know. It's just a tradition or something. Well, leaving Karen aside, Setsuna and Rina didn't really do anything wrong, did they? What did they do wrong? Why is she glaring at me like that? Hey, Jack, where are you at? At Jack. At Jack. Where is he at? I'm actually gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna have to like send this to like at Jack. Time for you to follow the story of Island. Hello, Hoopy. Jack would like this. What?
近親相関は禁忌とされています。最も昔は小さな集落では黙認されることもよくあったそうなのですが、だからといって公に認めてしまえば、その集落はいずれ滅んでしまいます。カレンは集落を守るために苦渋の決断をしたのでしょう。
She found out about the love, the forbidden love. So kind of wanted to shut it down because it would bring ruin to the village. What kind of curse was it?
リンネの顔を二度と誰にも愛されないような化け物に変えました。 それを苦にしたリンネは自らの命を絶ってしまいます。
Did it say Mizu? No. What did it say?
それを苦にしたリンネは自らの命を絶ってしまいます。
Mizukara from with water or something? She probably drowned herself because they were talking about like with water or something. That's awful. Wonder if the curse loosed on Nina in the story is actually a stand-in for Soot Blight Syndrome? That was also explained last time. It's a curse that only I guess a disease that only happens on this island that turns people into, I don't know, turns people into black once they get too much sunlight or something. If that's the case, then the story is probably intended to explain the origins of the disease. The curse.
サラの助言を受け、魔女の住む島を目指し旅立ちます。
To kill the witch?
私はサラはこの島を守るために呪いを受けたリンネとセツナを島から追い出したって聞いてるぞ。
そのあたりは諸説あるようですね。何せ古い伝承ですから。
The story gets embellished depending on who's telling it. That's how it goes with most folk
魔女の
tales.
住む島にたどり着いたセツナは魔女と契約を交わします。
The witch has her own island.
魔女はリンネがこの世に再び生を受けることを約束し
Of
ました。
course, of course.
そして二人が結ばれた時にこそ呪いは解けると。しかしそれが何十年後になるか何百年後になるかは魔女にさえも約束できませんでした。セツナは自らの時間を止めるために氷の中で眠りにつき、その日が来るのを待ち続けることにしました。氷の中からこの世を見つめ続けたセツナは長い時を経るうちに三千大千世界の森人と呼ばれるようになりました。以上が3000回セツナの伝説です。
Sanzenkai. Isn't it like I had some practice with like numbers. Isn't that like 3,000 times? Isn't his name Setsuna like 3,000 times? Sanzenkai. Maybe, I don't know. To be honest, I don't really get it. Something about it doesn't feel right. I guess because it's so open-ended. Did they live happily ever after?
少なくともこの島に伝わる伝承の中では語られていません。
Don't say.
もしかしたら口伝されていく過程で失われてしまったのかもしれません。でも私はこう考えます。これはリンネの運命を背負った少女と彼女と再び巡り合うために刹那の時を生き続けることを選択した青年のお話なんです。
Maybe this has something to do with Japanese names. Kanji.
きっと今でも二人は巡り合う時を待っているのでしょう。
Even now and possibly from here on out as well, forever. Whoa, this hits me right in the feels.
茶化さないでください。
So how does that all relate to the three families?
御三家の活躍が語られるのはどちらかというと後日談的な部分ですね。リンネという呪われた存在、梅門病患者を出してしまったその集落は他の集落から迫害されてしまうことになります。あとはすでにお話しした通りです。特別な力を持つ御三家は協力し合い、集落を守るために戦い始めます。それは同時に氷の中で眠り続ける刹那を守るためでもあり、いずれ生まれてくるであろう言ってしまえば御三家は二人のために存在し続けているんです。
Just a second. As I turn on the noise gate back on my microphone. A pair of lovers torn apart because of the one sin they committed, i.e. incest. The people forgave them though, and their distant descendants still wish for the pair's happiness. Through the ages, that wish has taken many different forms, but the two lovers' names continue to be passed down. That part remains unchanged. When you think about it like that, it really is a pretty little fable.
くだらねえな。どうせ御三家の権威づけのための作り話だよ。
Hey, don't ruin the romance of it. Though Karen's right in a certain sense, reality is much harsher than these folktales would have you believe. The soup blight syndrome isn't some witch's curse, it's a real disease from which people still suffer. The girl's ancestors created the three families and this legend as a means of fighting this soup blight syndrome. But now the legend has largely been forgotten, and the framework they built it, to contain the disease is crumbling to pieces.
私は作り話でも構わないと思います。どんな時代でも人々には救いが必要です。私はガランド王家の名にかけてこの島を守り続けます。
守る価値なんてねえって。こんな終わってる島。
終わろうとしている今だからこそ必要なんです。
These two are pretty much polar opposites. Oddly enough, though, their views don't actually seem to be in conflict. That's probably because they both feel the same way deep down. They both lament this island's decline, just like their namesakes in the legend. Alright, I get it. I'll do something about it too. In the name of Sanzenkai Setsuna.
はあ？あんたは氷の中で永久に眠ってろよ。
Well,
そもそも刹那さんが人の道を踏み外さなければ呪いを受けることもなかったんですけどね。
Erk. But if Karin hadn't fallen for me, then, and I would have been able to live happily ever after.
惚れてねえよ。
Reality can be cruel. These things never work out quite as well as they do in fairy tales. Island. We're back at the door. Oh, we're explaining this to Kuum, Dina's mother. And that's what happened today in a nutshell. I took a deep breath, having relayed my information to of the day's events in something of a frenzy. For some reason, these monologues get really exhausting. I wish she'd at least indicate that she was listening, though. Whip. I want some shaved ice too. Heart. Nice. That's your takeaway from this? Whip. A Titanic helping? A Titanic helping. I don't get what that's supposed to mean, actually, at all. I wouldn't recommend that. It really gave me a bad stomach. The amounts of ice was called the Titanic. A Titanic amount. Whatever it was. I remember. That's what that refers to. It gave me a really bad stomach. Bringing Cool on her dinner, I decided to tell her about my day. Hey, Cool. There's something I'd like to ask the woman who named her daughter Lynette. I need to talk to you about something important. Will you open the door? No response. Looks like I'll have to play my trump card. Don't worry, it's no longer light outside. Sun has already sunk beneath the waves in the hallways, shrouded in darkness. The wooden door creaks open very slowly, and out comes Kuon, every inch of skin covered up. Well, you really need to ask. Anybody'd be able to guess after hearing that story? At first I thought that you'd shut yourself away like this because of how much the island's past weighed on you. And there must be some truth in that as well, but the real reason is much simpler. You have soup blight syndrome, don't you? Kuon stares at her feet and pulls the hood further over her face. Is it progressive? Maybe I'm being too nosy. I'd assume that the disease is in its final stages, judging from her lifestyle. There's no point in talking around it. I heard that there haven't been any serious cases in recent years. Garando Sara. That's what I figured. There's no way a disease with obvious cause or cure would simply vanish like that. I'm fairly certain that that's not all there is to it. There's something more troubling must be going on behind the scenes to convince people that this disease belongs to the past. As punishment. The couple loves each other despite the fact that their love is taboo. Can that really be considered a sin? Can this really be considered their punishment? If so, then it's unnecessary cruel. Or did they do something else, something worse to warrant this?
永遠に許されることはないでしょう。
Yesterday, I promised Kuon that I'd save the island, along with everyone I've met here. But now I'm made painfully aware of my own ignorance. I can read. Will I really be able to even save? I can't read. Will I be able to save even one of them all by myself? How about Rinne? Rinne bears the name of the very figure who, according to legend, received that cruel sentence. Does it follow that she also shoulders her namesake's punishment? She sleeps during the day and takes her walks in the middle of the night. She never takes off her hat. There's a good deal of circumstantial evidence. And if she refused to come with us to the tea house because she didn't want to go out in the sun, that would make complete sense. Having said that, I haven't seen any dark patches on her skin. At least not yet.
あの子は違います。
I heave a deep sigh of relief. Thank goodness. When Kuon denies my suspicions outright. But it's short-lived. The next moment, I'm struck by another strain of unease. Why is she that way then?
あの子が病んでいるのは事実です。
Huh?
あの子が患っているのは恐怖という名の病です。
Dear.
大門病を恐れるあまり外に出る
Doesn't
こと
wanna
が
catch
でき
it?
なくなったんです。
Kuon is cute. Yes. Kuon. Good character. Remember when we went back to try the flirt option? Maybe it's inevitable. I had a hard time looking at that old woman's face myself. What? Oh yeah. Thankfully I didn't have any artwork for it, so that's good. I didn't want to see it. And it must be even worse for Dina, given that the disease apparently runs in the family. Maybe Kuon chooses to wear her hood inside the house so as not to frighten Dina any further.
私はあの子が不憫でなりません。いくら広い屋敷とはいえ、この島と比べればはるかに小さな箱庭です。ましてや島の外の世界とは比べるべくもありません。
A single teardrop tickles. Tickles, yes. Yes. A single teardrop trickles out from underneath her hood and is absorbed into the
い
carpet.
ずれ私は
How does that go through the hood and not get soaked into the hood itself? But whatever.
そうしたらあの子は
Alone. Will she carry on living in this mansion all by herself, forever fearful and alone? That's why I'm here. To stay by her side. Also, speaking of flirting, there's now a MILF isekai currently airing, so that's a thing. Welcome to Anime 2019 Japan. What are you doing? Maybe this fear is another punishment that's been bestowed on the islanders. But to be punished for something that you're not really remotely guilty of, that's more like a curse. Yeah, Dina is
刹
cursed.
那さんはあの子を救ってくださいますか？
See, I will be the one to save her. Told you. I need to make a choice. I'm far from perfect. There's no way I can save everyone and everything, but there has to be something that even I can do. Shoot, I think I remember what the anime did. And do you love your mom and her 2-hit multi-target attacks? Yes, I watched episode 1 yesterday. Yes, that is one heck of a something. Shoot. Okay, so I think, and I'm gonna, you know, I don't want to give spoilers for the anime. I don't know, because the anime feels like the good route. I'm just gonna choose. Let's continue watching over the net and not go to the beach, because I think we invited each other to the beach the next day. You could say we go to the beach at Karenas. Let's try this. Is your spoiler the anime? I don't, because look, it's hard for me, because do I want to go with the anime, or do I want to go and try something different from the anime? But I'm pretty sure I already know that doing it different from the anime is going to give me to a dead end in the end anyway, but I'm just going to choose this, and I'm not going to say what I did. Whatever. She saved me. Now it's my turn to save her. I think at the beginning we also like I think Setsuna is trying to save someone, right? But he doesn't know who. So let's try to save Ine. Like, you can count on me. That's why I'm here. I don't feel a moment's hesitation. I still don't know the true reason why I came to this island, but I'm sure I'd have to make. I'd have made the same decision even if I hadn't lost all my memories. I still would have met Ine and learned of her situation. I can't really imagine anything being more important than this. I wouldn't abandon her for anything. Dude, MC is in love with Ine. Question is, will she accept me? Will I be good enough for her? Cool and smiles gently. Nice. I'm driven to a sudden thought. If there really is such a thing as destiny, then maybe it was Ine who called me to this island. Alright, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, I'll keep protecting Ine. I promise. I'm sure it'll be an uphill battle, and maybe some days I'll regret the choice I've made here today, but the passage of time is relative. My vigil won't last nearly as long as that of the Setsuna of legend, who ended up freezing himself in wait for his beloved. It'll be a few decades at most, and that's sure to pass by in a flash if I dedicate myself to this one purpose. Human life is but a fleeting moment in time. I already see the end coming up right now. If time really is without end, our lives span only the briefest of instances. But that's why we're able to cope with sadness and pain, and surely, in the final reckoning, happiness awaits us. It's the only thing that people are able to give each other. Is that actually an end? Let's talk a little about the future. Never mind. What's this? Okay, so what did I just choose? I chose to save Setsuna and be with her. And now what? Once upon a time, there lived a young man named Setsuna. He was in love with a girl called Ine, but they belonged to different worlds. Ine was a princess, and the king didn't approve of their relationship. He got angry and turned Ine into a frog. And that was the beginning of Setsuna's big adventure. I tried changing it up a little, but the story is pretty much unrecognizable at this point. Though I can't exactly tell the island's legend as is, for good reason. How should I wind this up? To be continued next time in episode 2, a rival appears. Okay, so now... Whoa! Okay. Okay. So... Yes, also cute, but... Also... So, oh, those are shoes. Very cute indeed. Can I, like, let's just do this. Alright. So I have devoted myself to Ine, and apparently we've gotten a child this way. Yeah, this is definitely it. We've time skipped. This is probably gonna be an ending really soon. The little princess sat directly in front of me. Sulks, puffing out her rosy cheeks. It's too long of a story to tell you in one sitting. The saga of Setsuna and Ine is an epic three-parter. Schmecks, how lewd. Well, we didn't see it, and it's just implied that we got a child, I guess. The little princess tilts her head to the side in confusion. I'm glad you noticed. The Setsuna story is in fact Daddy. Oh, I'm main character. Is that me? I guess I'm playing the main character. Main character is indeed a daddy. She's getting smart. She used to believe anything and everything I said, but recently she's begun taking after her mom. Daddy's over 100 years old, you know. What? Well, I guess. Hello? Sorry, but, FBI, hello, this is not me. Does she really think people are still going to buy that? Wait, oh, she's just lying about her age? What? How? What? I'm not sure. Mommy's forever 17. Just don't think about it too much, okay? Okay, maybe I... Whatever. Come on, let's head home. Mommy's waiting for us. Take my little princess by the hand, and in that moment, an old memory flashes up. It's nothing. How many years has it been? How many years since the day I met her on this very beach? I was about to be banished from the island, and she gave me a home, and I was about to lose sight of my goal, and she gave me new purpose in life. We became family, after which she gifted me with a new life, this little bundle of joy. My most precious treasure, the thing which now gives meaning to my life.
Papa,
no, I just got some wasabi in my... Oh. Yes, that would probably be very painful. God. Time does really fly by. Nina still spends most of her days holed up inside the mansion. I'm still here at her side supporting her. However, many little things we must have gone through in the past, I don't really remember them well anymore, and I think it's for the better. What's important is the future, not the past. I'm sure that in another 10-20 years, I'll still be whiling away my days here in peace, and continuing to protect these small blessings I've found. Has that mark always been there? Have you shown it to Mommy? Uh-oh. I see. It's no use flying into a panic right off the bat. Whatever regrets I may end up with, it's not like I can turn back time. From now on, how about you take your bath with Daddy? Don't pat at me like that. Don't you like Daddy? Do you love me? On the other side of this, happiness still awaits. Even today, that's what I believe. I'm sure of it. End. Painting a bright future. Well, that's one ending. Also, my screen has gone orange again as usual. At 9. Maybe I should really turn that off. Well, that's that. And yes, I did choose the path that was not chosen in the anime. So instead, we get to choose. We don't continue watching over the. I do have it activated. It was during college, and I would rather fall asleep on time. So the night light, just lowers the amount of blue light that comes out of the screen. So it's better for your eyes and my body. The blue light makes you fall asleep less fast. Whatever it was, it like your brain, or is it something with hormones, generation, whatever? You could look it up. Let's just jump straight back. All right. Instead of watching over Dine, we're just gonna say we're gonna go to the beach with Karen and Sarah. Because I mean, Lina can't come to the beach during the daytime. Maybe I'm just trying to escape the weight of my responsibilities, but at the moment I don't really have the power to do anything else. I still don't know what I can do to help Lina. And whatever it is, I'm not ready for it yet. I promised to go to the beach with Karen and Sarah tomorrow. It'd be easy enough for me to claim I'll grant Kuon's wish, but to say so would be meaningless. Meaningless? Well, it turns out there was meaning to it. Kuon, I like this island. It's a bit hot, but both the ocean and the skies are quite stunning, and it's wonderfully verdant. It's really like a paradise. Kuon's voice has always been soft, but now it's scarcely audible. So I was thinking of inviting Nina too. She ain't going to come. She doesn't actually have soup light syndrome, does she? So it would be fine to take her outside. I don't know. I still don't know how I can best help her. But there has to be something I can do right now. Perhaps Nina was cursed by a witch in the past, but that curse was cast on the Nina of the past, not the Nina I know. And even if the island is still festering under the witch's curse, slowly but surely its effects are being consigned to history. Dina's generation doesn't have to live out their lives in fear of it. And if the very fear constitutes a new curse, it's something they have to overcome. How can I best help her? It's a bit weird word order, but I think it works in English. I don't know. It should I should still be able to give them a push in the right direction.
それはきっとあの子を救うでしょう。どうかあの子を日の当たる世界に連れて行ってやってください。私の分までこの世界の美しさを感じさせてやってください。
Yeah, you can count on me. This must be why I'm here. I'm sure this is the reason I washed up on this island of all places. The question is, how do I convince her to come along with us to the beach? Plan A is to invite her straight up, but considering what happened the other day, I reckon my chances are slim. If I screw up twice without having first won her affection, I'm sure it'll lead to a bad ending. Don't want that. I should probably come up with an alternative.
お困りでしたら、この引きこもりのスペシャリストがアドバイスを差し
I
上げ
want to
まし
look
ょ
up
う。
the voice actress of Kulon. Is there something to be proud of? What? As the resident shut-in specialist, what did she say
お
about
困りでしたら、お困りでしたら、この引きこもりのスペシャリストがアドバイ
Hikikomori
ス
no
を差し上げま
specialist?
しょう。
Yes, Hikikomori, yes. Is there something to be proud of? As Nina's mother, though, Kulon must know her better than anyone. I guess it's worth listening to any advice she's got.
表でバカ騒ぎをすればいいんです。私だったら気になって様子を見に行っちゃいます。
Isn't that pretty much the oldest trick in the book?
例えば、浜辺でバーベキューなどはいかがでしょう。
I'd love to, in real life, you know?
では、裸踊りとか。
ダ
メでしょうか。
Not necessarily. That can be plan B, not the Now I just have to come up with a plan C, other way around C. Mashiro. Kill them. There's no point in trying to force her outside. Maybe my only option is to first rid her of her fear somehow. Why is she so afraid of soup light syndrome? I mean, it's a pretty terrifying disease, but kinda inside I don't seem to have any problem with interacting with sufferers. Why are they okay with it and not Dine? Because she's Dine. Just wondering why she's so scared of this soup light syndrome. According to legend, the first person to fall ill was a girl named Nina, and after her death, this Nina was prophesized to return one day. I think Plan C is starting to take shape. No, wait a minute. Say, cool, and you mentioned yesterday that lots of folktales are actually about time travel. Are this island's legends the same? Waiting for Nina to be reincarnated, Setsuna entered a long sleep encased in ice. In one sense, he was traveling into the future.
ですが、それが何か?
According to the legend, Setsuna will wake up again when Nina is reborn into this world. Does that mean that Nina and I are... That could make Plan C a little tricky.
やはりプラン B はボツですか?
Why does she sound so disappointed? I mean, she also has a window pointing at the beach, so maybe she wanted to look out the window. Maybe that's why she was so excited about that plan. Now I'm just putting it on hold.
よかった。
I prefer for Plan A to succeed so I can just get this over with, but...
却下。
Of course not. Also, I want to look at the voice actresses. It's shut down in record time.
どうして海水浴なんかしなくちゃいけないのよ。疲れるだけでしょ?
Anything I have watched. Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! That explains everything. Oh, I was like, I'm sure I've heard that voice before.
ですが、それが何か?
So, remember how Karen is Buran? Yeah, so cool, maybe the voice actress of Veru-sama. Oh my god. That, I totally hear it now.
では、裸踊りとか。表でバカ騒ぎをすればいいんです。
Oh, I hear it. Oh my god. Oh, gosh dang it, dude. Is there anything else? Oh, it's the Ara Ara One-san from Sunohara So as well. Of course. What? Misaka from Toaru? Okay. Well. Lina secretly a CPU. Oh, what were her voices again? Anyway. Why go swimming in the ocean? Sounds exhausting. What? That's why you're shooting me down. I'm sure I already looked her up before. In anything special? I don't remember anymore. Oh, Clannad's sister, May? Yeah. What else was there? Oh, main girl from Hennico as well. Choco from Last Speedy, nice. No Game No Life Gibril. Oh no, of course. What is Shura main character? Steins Gate Suzuha. What? Okay. Apologies for asking while you're streaming, but me and Piggy were talking about a certain message you saw earlier. You're slightly unsure of the implications of the message. What's going on here? What's happening on my server? Jeez, whatever. Piggy and Wars think the Minecraft server and Discord ban should be separate, and Cottney's rules should be removed. Yes. I mean, Cottney added that thing in rules. I'm not sure if that should stay there. I mean, whatever. Anyway. Let's continue with the game. Swimming outside is exhausting. Get out of here. Come on, don't be like that. Yes, exactly. A little exercise is good for you. Or you just go say that to someone. Yeah. It's just suddenly dumbbell anime. She starts lifting them dumbbells. Training. Of course not, but I don't think... but don't you think it's kind of a waste never making proper use of that magnificent private beach? Oh. You did hurt your foot in a piece of trash yesterday. But maybe. Well, I can't exactly deny that. But didn't I want to go with you? The little thing going up and down. Her Highness can be pretty stubborn at times. Guess I've got no choice but to shoot for plan. What about plan B? Going and dancing on the beach naked, as suggested by Kulon. Her mother. Let me remind you. Yes, but that's. Also, maybe I should type what I said in the thing here. Oh, whatever. Hey, Rine, if you want to carry on playing the Lonely Little Prince of the Night, then I've no right to stop you, but if you want something else, if you want to change, however, slightly, then I'll... She sounds as though she's trying to convince herself of that. She doesn't go to school, nor does she hang out with new friends she's made, though they're all the same age. She spends a lot of time holed up in the mansion. She takes nightly walks. These nightly walks seem to be her one pleasure in life.
だからいいの。これ
Unmei.
が私の運命なの。
Destiny, it's the word again. If I don't talk her out of it sometime soon, she'll allow that so-called destiny to take over completely. That's what I want to avoid at all cost. Hey, Rin, I have to do this, even if it ends up hurting her. Even if it means losing my home. I'm not the Setsuna you're looking for. Nina's different, or at least looks that way to me.
誰から？
There's a wariness to her tone. Seems that hunch of mine wasn't misplaced. Karen, Sara, and Kuon each told me the part of the story, and that reaction of yours just confirmed my suspicions. The reason why Dina is so terrified of Soup Light Syndrome, the reason why she's been so kind to me, all the answers are found in the legend of this island. Dina said that she was looking for something, that's why she goes on those walks, and she's said that she'd already found what she was looking for. When she said that she was facing me, Dina must assume I'm the Setsuna of legend, or more accurately, that's what she wants to believe, and the fact that she's still walking the beach this day proves that she's not entirely certain of it herself. I may be Santenkai Setsuna, but that's the name you gave me. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm nothing more than... I'm nothing but an imposter.
分かってるわよ。
No, you don't. The saying goes for... What? No, you don't. The saying goes for you. You're not the Dina of legend?
伝承。
Sorry, it didn't come out right. Of course, it could be true. I'm not going to deny that, but I can say for certain that you're not a reincarnation of anybody. She was born here on this island, and she happens to be called Dina, yes. Unfortunately, the burden of that name is simply too great for a young girl to bear. She's being held back by it, and its association with that old folktale. Without realizing, she's ended up identifying with the Dina from the story. That's why she's so afraid of Soup Light Syndrome. That's why she can't go out during the day. These nighttime walks were all that was left for her. Eventually, she started going to the beach every single night in search of a certain young man. Setsuna, the man predicted to deliver Dina from her curse. Of course, it wasn't like she was ever going to find him. That was delusional on her part. Chunibyo. And yet, she did find him. At least, she found a random amnesiac whom she was able to shape into the Setsuna she desired. Someone who'd already been silly enough to say that he traveled through time. Our meeting wasn't in any way predestined. She claims that she has everything she wants, but that's nonsense. It's just the flimsiest little fantasy. Dina looks down at her feet. I can see her expression. But that's the truth. That's reality, as bitter and unforgiving as it gets. I made her cry. If you don't face up to reality, you'll never be able to move forward. Hey, Dina. There's no need for you to be scared of Soup Light Syndrome. There's no need for you to show me any kind of special treatment either. I'm just me, a regular guy, and you're you, nobody else. Dina doesn't answer. Her gaze remains fixed on the ground, and her shoulders begin shaking. Remember what you said to me. You invited me to go searching for what I lost. So we'll just have to go searching for what you lost as well, for what you've forgotten. She's not the Dina of legend. She's a normal girl, an ordinary inhabitant of this island. I'll help you as much as you need. I'm not acting the part of Setsuna, the fictional hero. I just want to help her out as a regular guy living in the present.
くせに。
What's that?
何も知らないくせに。
Yes.
あなた
Oh!
自分のこともわからないんでしょ。なのに何よ。私にばっかり偉そうに。
Tears are running down her cheeks. She's overflowing with sadness and resentment. She feels like she's been
い
betrayed.
いじゃない。少しくらい嘘をついてくれたって。いいじゃない。少しくらい優しくしてくれたって。私はしてあげたでしょ。
Yeah, but that wouldn't be real.
私が探してたのはあなたなんかじゃない。あなたになんて何も期待してない。
Dina hastily wipes away her tears and turns toward the
最
mansion.
初から期待なんてしてなかったんだから。
With that parting shot, she dashes off, leaving me all alone at the beach. My left cheek throbs painfully. Did I do something wrong? Or was that the right decision? Even if I were able to turn back time, I don't think I'd ever find the answer to that. Whoops. There's only one thing I'm certain of. Nobody knows who they really are, even if they think they do. It's no easy thing finding your true self, whatever that means. That goes for me as well, of course. Yes. Another strange dream. A girl was stood there crying beneath a starless, coal-black sky.
どうして信じてくれなかったの?
There was a man there too, and she was accusing him of something. He remained silent, but it was only too obvious that he was the cause of her tears.
全部嘘だったの?
Why was she angry with him? It's impossible to survive this bitter reality without sometimes telling a white lie or two. People's hearts are fragile things. Besides, who was it that's decided lying's wrong? Who even has the right to make that decision?
私には刹那だけだったのに。待たせたな、刹那。じゃあ早速。どうしたその顔?
Karen takes a step back the moment she lays eyes on me. I suppose the bruise hasn't faded yet. Nina slapped me. Domestic violence. Nothing, I just invited her to go along with the beach with us. I don't have the willpower to go back over the entire story. I worked through the morning, an empty husk of a man. Before I know it, noon's already arrived. I haven't seen Nina since last night. She's probably holed up in her room. To be honest, I'm kind of glad about that. I wouldn't know what to say if I ran into her. We made Nina sad. I feel sad too. Maybe that ending was actually a good thing. Maybe we should just... Maybe we should just go back to this ending, because that was nice. Alright. What? I didn't get much sleep. Couldn't help but lie awake, mulling it over, however pointless that was. And then I paid the price by having that weird dream this morning. Do you know how to write a resignation letter? In any case, today's trip to the beach is cancelled. Sorry about that. Oof. Is she a little kid? Oops. Hey, I think it's best if you don't. She's gone before I can stop her. Can't keep avoiding her forever, I suppose. We're living under the same roof. I'm bound to run into her at some point, whether I want it or not. It's better to set things straight as soon as possible. Though it's pretty pathetic, I'm leaving Karen to do it. About 5 minutes later, Karen returns wearing a maid uniform. I'm guessing it didn't go very well. How's she doing? We slowly open the door. Maybe she's ignoring us. She did eat her breakfast. What, was she gonna continue, or is that just... She glares at me disgustedly. Ordinarily I'd object, but just doesn't feel like I just don't feel like it today. Karen's unusually quick to drop the subject. Maybe she senses how I feel. She prods me in the chest. This is pathetic. Even Karen's worried about me now. What would I usually do at a time like this? Oh yeah, didn't you say you were wearing your swimsuit? Do you still have it under your maid outfit? What? Yes. Yes. You're pretty easygoing when it comes to stuff like this, aren't you? Quote this and post this in like hashtag lewd, like, or maybe just in, I don't know, hashtag art, whatever it was called. This is the truth. How's it different from your regular underwear? Guess it's true. My usual wit is nowhere to be found today. Normally I'd have a comeback teed up to make Karen blush from ear to ear. I was waiting for that. Dang it, MC. So what are we doing the rest of the day? Oh, that was Shiva's hairline. Good question. Our usual chores are mostly done. We should probably go and ask Dina for instruction, but that would be awkward right now. Karen knows. Although there was no visuals for it, but actually I think it's kind of nice. I wonder if there would be in the non-Steam version, but actually I kind of doubt that. I feel like this is just the game. It's just not. Anyway, is there anything we still need to do? Oh, yesterday Dina said, "Look, a hermit crab. When I pick it up, the animal withdraws into its shell, sticking out its claws in an attempt to threaten me. Its legs are pretty big, like a regular crab's. What's this mutant?" I turn around. Kanan is scowling at me, trash bag in hand. Ah. Dina said that we can't swim here because the beach hasn't been cleaned in years. I'm sure that was just an excuse, but there's some truth to it too. Karen's bag is chock full of driftwood, plastic bags, and empty cans. That would be sharp. Probably sure the hermit crab. Dude, this is non-biori, dude. Oh, she actually says go die, but okay. Don't you think that's a bit mean? This little guy didn't do anything wrong. Dang it. Dude, Farron should watch non-biori. I'm telling you. What did I do? Yes. Her words really sting for some reason. A land hermit crab? Protected species. Oh shoot, I better let it go. What? Cha-ching? Oh, ka-ching? Oh god. Oh, that's a shame. So was it like whale hunting? But okay. Maybe he's lost. Farron, go watch non-biori. I'm sure you'll like it. Kaden and I walk over to the forest and release the hermit crab. Go back where you belong, little guy. Disappears into the shade of the trees, wriggling its many legs. Geez, you're about to die from dehydration out there, you know. Phew. It's a good deed for the day. Not just messing around, I was taking a little break, that's all. I pointed the trash bag I'd left on the beach. The southern half of the beach, which I had been in charge of, is almost totally free of litter. We just have to get rid of these bags and then we're done. We can shower when we get back. It's early. Did I just actually say that? It's early afternoon. I mean, that's just inconsistent English because ear is a word, but early is pronounced like that. Anyway, the sun's at its peak. I'm already hot in my t-shirt and shorts. God, it must be absolutely sweltering in that getup. Let's go swim at the beach. You've got your swimsuit on already. I mean, after standing in the shade for a while, however, I don't feel like going back into the scorching beach again. We exchange glances, silently imploring the other to go pick up the trash. Our wordless struggle continues until a child in a swimsuit walks out across the beach towards the ocean. She's wearing a rubber ring around her waist. She looks all ready to play. Not a care in the world. What's the little kid doing in a place like this all by herself? Actually, she looks sort of familiar. Isn't that Sara? Sara, dressed only in her swimsuit, squints up at me and Karen. Sorry, I forgot to tell you. Whoops. What, Jack? Came for the incest. That was way back. I don't think we can see it, actually. No. Wait, No, I can't. That's not. Whoops. You can You can watch the VOD later on YouTube. You can also watch all the previous episodes on YouTube. Anyway, we forgot to tell you.
殺されたいんですか?
Seems that Sada came over to Dean is quite unaware that our beach trip has been cancelled. Oops. Wait, did you walk all the way here in your swimsuit?
浮き輪もうちで膨らませてきましたが?
Well, I mean, they sure are carefree out here in the country.
しかし、中止ということなら仕方ありませんね。
Tara stoops her shoulders, lets out a little sigh. I feel kinda guilty now.
よし、決めた。私は泳ぐ。
Karen suddenly starts stripping off her maid uniform right in front of me. Hey, Karen, in the blink of an eye. Oh no.
どうかした
Can I show this on Twitch? I mean, I'm sure it's fine. This is a safe... Whatever. She changed into her bathing suit. Alright, I've forgotten that she was wearing it under her maid uniform.
ほら、
I did not
来いよ。
forget. With that, Karen immediately runs off towards the ocean. She doesn't even do any warming up first. Thank goodness, because that's off the screen now. She throws herself into the surf with a loud splash.
気持ちいい。
Can I show this on Twitch? I'm sure it's fine because it's just a game. It's not a banned game. It's just part of whatever. They really are carefree out here in the country. Wait, I'm one of them too now. All right, going for it. Too. I don't have any. Yeah. So. Her fingers are suspiciously far apart. She's obviously peeping at my box. Oh.
見すぎじゃないじゃないですか。
I'm just gonna swim in my underwear, I guess. It's not like I have an option. I don't own any.
セクハラです。
Sekuhara? How is this sexual harassment, first of all? Good translation, because... Good translation, to be honest, because... Anyway. That's rich going for someone who struts around in her swimsuit in public without an iota of shame. Okay, wait just a sec. Define. Yoink.
Iota.
Iota? It's the 9th letter of the Greek alphabet. Extremely small amount. Okay. Thank. I guess. Sarah's intense stare makes me extremely self-conscious, so I decide to pull my shorts back on. I mean, CD single size, you know. I never thought you'd look forward to this so much, though. What? She did seem to have lots of fun catching bugs yesterday. Maybe she likes playing around rather than more than her calm, adult demeanor would suggest. That's actually kind of cute.
いえ、私は焼きとうもろこしが出ると聞いたので
Oh,
来たまで。
jeez, of course. I take it back. Sure, you often get vendors selling stuff like that at the beach, but you do know that this is private land.
せつなさんが焼いてくれる手はずでは?
What? What has Karen been promising her?
嘘だったんですか?
I can go buy some. Oh no, she looks like you could burst into tears at any moment. Alright. I'll go, that's cool, and if I can borrow the barbecue, just give me a moment. Huh. Or ha. When, or maybe it's like a when will I get the chance to go for a swim? We actually get a barbecue. Sick. I wish this was real life. Wow, bad word. Really melting out here. Drops of sweat are trickling down my forehead and dripping off my chin, only to be absorbed into the sand at my feet. Despite the fierce temperature today, dude, this is loud. I've somehow wound up half naked on the beach, wielding a pair of spatulas. The heat from the grill is practically scalding my face. Hey, Karen, your yakisoba's ready. Corn's coming along nicely too, so it's about time you both made your way back here. Calling out to the girls who are playing in the water, I turn the corn over and give it another coating of sauce. Doesn't forget to fan them there.
お、なかなか本格的じゃねえか。
Can I show this? This will be the YouTube thumbnail because I'm sure it'll be okay. If you want your stuff grilled properly, you gotta have
こ
charcoal.
れは鍛えたいですね。
It's pretty hard work though. I guess I don't mind as long as they're happy.
まず。
Really? Guess it takes more than just charcoal to cook up a
こ
store.
れこれ。このまずさが海っぽくていいんだよ。
I'm not sure about that.
トウモロコシが焦げてます。
Whoa, oops. Pick up the cob with a pair of tongs. And once it's cool enough, hand it to Sada. Be careful to burn yourself. Where did her ring just go? I warned you. Two girls happily stuff their faces. It's well worth breaking a sweat to be greeted by those smiles. What? Zooming in. Imagine Stay as being a voice actress in the studio, and it's like, alright, you're a kid. You're eating your stuff in your face of corn. Do a sound. I don't think I was. Anyway, looks like I can finally take a break. I can actually go for a swim. Okonomiyaki?
今度は焦げつかせないようにご注意ください。
Just give me a break. Sheesh, I want to swim as well. If I had it up to here with this heat, screw it, I'm taking off my clothes. Grab my shorts and yank them down in one go. Yeah, that's kind of as much as I expected, to be honest, from this kind of thing. Nice elephant sound. Right, time for me to what? Defy your dear Mother Ocean. Let's make some unforgettable summer memories together. This sounds kind of not right. Haha, I'm invincible. Nobody can stop me now. Ah. I turn towards the voice. Oops. Kuon's request was this, I guess, plan B worked out in the end. I think plan B has properly worked. We have succeeded. We're just having a barbecue and I look myself over. Dancing around naked. Plan B. Boys, Kuon must be happy. Sure. Don't really know what just happened, but it seems like plan B actually succeeded. Nice. Here, I grilled some corn. It's a bit burnt, but do you fancy one? Although Dina has actually made an appearance, she doesn't seem to be here to play with Kara and Sada. She's just standing there with a scowl on her face. What are you doing in my on my beach? Grasping her parasol tightly in both hands. I thought she might be hungry, but she didn't want the corn I offered her. It's more than a bit burned. I doubt that's why she wouldn't take it. She doesn't want to let go of her, but I doubt that's why she... I doubt, I completely misunderstood the sentence, holy crap. It's more than just a bit burnt, but I doubt that's why she would take it. She just doesn't want to let go of her parasol. I don't know, stay hydrated, dude. So I make like stay hydrated bot-chan or something. Shoot, not drink. Shoot, not drink. Sarah reaches out with both hands. Seriously, watch where you're drooling. Alright, here. I start winding up. Fetch! Whirl. Why did I... Okay, main character, you're dumb for throwing it. The cob of corn arcs through the air for landing upright in the sand. Sarah runs off after it, kind of like a dog. What, she's just standing there under the tree. Yeah, but it'd be more fun if you joined us. Get out of here. Dina looks down at her feet and kicks the sand. Her movements are slight enough that her ankles remain in the shade. Oh, it was a fake. Oh, Sarah comes back clutching a spent cob. Of course I wouldn't go wasting food like that. Nice. This really is a dog.
なかなかうまいんだ
Oh,
な
there we
焼き
go.
とうもろこしって
I wonder where the real one went. Oh, jeez. I hadn't noticed Karen sidling over, but now she's back to stuffing her face. What can I say? You should have kept an eye on it.
松代までたたってやります。
Dude. Jack, when you say that Iromanga Sensei sucks. Oh no, Karen, bad news for our kids and grandkids. Dude, main character's wit is back, dude. These comebacks.
勝手に私を巻き込むんじゃねえ
早く次のを焼かないと本当にたたりますよ。
Okay, okay. Another peaceful summer's day. It's like episode 5, Beach Babes Barbecue. Welcome to the stereotypical season. Episode 5, what? Beach episode. Yep. However, I feel like things have turned out a little differently to how I'd hoped. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that way.
行こうぜサラ調理はセツナに任せてさ
せつなさん、今度は失敗しないようくれぐれもよろしくお願いしますよ。
Imagine playing a visual novel with like an eye tracker so you could see what I'm actually looking at. Dude, you can clip fair and it'll also be on YouTube later. The two make their excuses and leave.
気を使わせちゃった。
Dude, eye tracker, I was looking for like eye tracker, but those like super expensive, boy. I would have loved to get like an eye tracker to do a stream, multiple streams with eye trackers. That'd be really cool, really funny, I guess. Really not so funny for me, but I think that'd be really funny. But they're expensive as yes, perhaps they did help to lighten the mood a little, though.
ね、まだ痛む？
I wonder. I delicately touched my left cheek. In truth, the pain has already faded. But I just can't forget Dina's expression when she slapped me the other night.
ごめん。昨日は大人げなかった。
I should have considered your feelings before saying something, so...
あなたは何も間違ったことは言ってないもの。
Ina grips the handle of a parasol tighter. I guess her fear of sunlight remains just as strong. It must have taken all the courage she had to come out here. And she did simply talk to me. She did that What? And she did that simply to talk to me.
きっと私はずっと探してたの。刹那を。
I feel throbbing in my chest. The name comes across the lips, not to me, but to someone else entirely.
あなたが刹那じゃないことはそのつもりだった。でもいつの間にか。
At some point she started wishing I was Setsuna. She found herself believing a lie. I understand only too well because things are exactly the same for me. I can't tell right from left. I have no idea who I am. In my loneliness and unease, I often get myself worked up and act out like a little kid. Sometimes I hate myself for it.
迷惑な話よね。あなたは他の誰でもない。あなたなのに。
I'd be so glad if the lie turned out to be true, though. Life would be so much easier if Dina could just tell me who I am. I can't tell... I can't keep clinging to that naive dream forever. No, I'm grateful to you. Thanks to you, I've been able to build a life for myself here. When I woke up on the beach, I was like a newborn. I didn't know a thing, but I've learned a lot over the past few days. And now I can see many possible futures in line for me.
島を出ていくの。
That may be a possibility. The world is wider than this one island. Maybe it'd be nice to forget everything again and set out on a new journey of self-discovery, but there's no other option. I'll find myself here on this island. I feel like I've really come a long way. Thinking back, I was probably trying to escape. I was trying to escape from knowledge of who I actually am, trying to escape from my mission, and this is where I finally washed up. I won't run anymore. If I try escaping, I'll only end up repeating history. I need to put an end to this. I want to try finding myself, my true self, here on this island. So please, can I stay a little longer? And can I call myself Setsuna?
変なの。初めて会った時にも同じこと言われた。
Perhaps that's true now you mention it, but I meant it differently back then. Tadina Setsuna is the Prince Charming of legend. That's not the sort of name a guy like me should be using.
私の答えはあの時と変わらないわ。
With a gentle laugh, Tadina lets it slide.
その代わり、今度はただじゃないわよ。
Okay, tell me what you want.
私にもう少しだけ夢を見させて。
It's a deal. I'll play her Prince Charming and I'll let Lina go on acting the part of the princess.
あなたが本当の自分を見つけるまでの間だけ。
Until then, we can carry on dreaming. Okay, I got it. I've got to discover who I truly am just as soon as I can. That's my mission. And that way I can also set Lina free from this dream world of hers as soon as possible.
ありがとう、せつな。
I'm still stuck in a dream right now, but that's okay, I reckon. As long as you're aware of that you're dreaming, it's not like you're going to wake up and start bawling.
おい、せつな、リンネ。
Karen comes back at the perfect moment.
お、この雰囲気、お前ら仲直りできたのか？
別に喧嘩してたわけじゃね。
Nope. Lina and I exchange looks.
へえ。
Why is she glaring at me like
そ
that?
うだ。それよりちょっと来てくれねえか？あっちで妙なもんを見つけたんだ。
Something weird. What you reckon, Lina?
私はそろそろ家に戻るわ。
No, get out of here.
なんだか疲れちゃった。
サラはリンネを連れてきてほしいってさ。
Yes. Just gonna pull her along. Drag her along. Pull. Drag her along. Lina pretends to mull it over.
せつな、私の代わりに行ってき
You're
なさい。
coming. Please. Yes, milady. Can't go against the wishes of a princess. Shoot. I'd really like to go for a swim sometime soon, though. And my half-hearted noddiness starts back for the mansion, a parasol swing with every step. This deal of ours is pretty much a master-slave contract, isn't it? Does that mean my position is even lowlier than before? I really need to wake up from this. I really need to wake her up from this dream as soon as possible. What? Care? What? Shadowy? What? Karen takes me to the northernmost tip of the beach. The sand of the shore gives way to rock. Where are the barnacles for meal? Hey, Karen, how much further is it?
なんだよ。男のくせにビビってんのか？
We continue stumbling uncertainly over the rocks until we're We continue stumbling uncertainly over the rocks until we're hemmed in by a steep cliff face to our right. The mansion is no longer visible in the distance. Will we be able to get back if we carry on any further? I'm again overcome with unease when
遅いです、せつなさん。
Sarah greets us, a dissatisfied look on her face. And behind her, what's that? A house, or rather some kind of hut. The mystery shack. The wood structure, its walls blackened by the salt wind, stands perched on a small plateau between the cliff and the rocky outcrop. By the looks of it, the place has been abandoned for a very long time.
私が見つけました。
Nice, well done. Sarah puffs out her meager chest in pride. I see, this is what they wanted to show us. Seriously, the two are so childish. A responsible adult will probably take this opportunity to give them a firm scolding. Alright, let's make this our secret base. Anohana reference, maybe? Whatever. There aren't any responsible adults around right now. Okay, then what's the password?
合言葉。
Come on, everyone knows that a proper secret base needs its own password.
なるほど。必要だな。
お二人とも、その前にいささか問題が。
At Sarah's prompting, we take a look at the hut's entrance. There's a large padlock dangling from the door. I don't see it though.
もしかしたら、リンネさんなら鍵をお持ちではないかと思ったのですが。
I see, so that's why she sent Karen to get us? Too bad Ina already went back inside. Besides, even if you had the key, I'm not sure this old lock would budge. The padlock's incredibly rusty. Looks like it hasn't been open in years, even decades. This is old wood. I'm pretty sure you could just pull open the door with enough strength. Like, He'd probably kick in the door, to be honest. Like, I mean, I guess we should go look for a back door. A mark appears to have been scratched into the wood right next to the door. The symbol is a shrine gate.
周囲を一通り見て回りましたが
Kick in the door.
入り口はここだけのようです。
I mean,
窓
いっそ壊しちまおうぜ。こんだけ錆びてりゃ簡単だろう。
or just smash the lock. But to be honest, I feel like the wood would be easier to break than the lock. You could throw the rocks at it too. Yeah. Wait a minute, we might get in trouble for that.
怒られる？誰にだよ。
Well, I wonder.
どう見ても廃屋だろう。誰も気にしねえって。
Also, Sada left. What? Doesn't make it okay.
手頃な石を見つけてきました。
Whoa.
せーの。
Well, fair. Hey, stop that. Sarah lifts the rug above her head, but I pin her arms behind her back before she can do anything. She's usually pretty well behaved, but her curiosity can get the better of her at times like these.
出してください。私、訳は弱くて。
Hey, stop flailing about. Oh no. Don't drop the rock. Slip. What? I lose my footing on the wet rock, falling against Sarah. In the water, not on... I thought they were standing on the rocks. That would be pretty bad. Both of us toppled into the ocean. I guess I finally got my swing, though not quite in the way I'd have chosen. Okay.
最悪です。
Hey, you're totally fine. You're in your swimsuit. Take my shirt off, wring it out, and throw it back on. It's clinging to my back. And after soaking up all the seawater, my shorts are super heavy. If anything, we've just learned how dangerous it could be out here on the rocks. Let's head back. In before CG.
この小屋も気になります。
Kicking the door, jeez. When I played the Oremo visual novel, look, alright. Does it exist? VNDB.org. Does it exist? English and like being able to. Okay. Does this exist? Is there an English version? There is for PlayStation Portable. Wait, to be announced. Just a second. Is there one still coming? There is already a release out there, but there's also one that says to be announced. Ninjimbu Translations. Oremo Fan Translation Project. Okay, well that's not what we're looking for. Partial. Oh gosh, there's no real. Yes, this is a. There's a fan translation in the works, maybe. However, it was last released in 2015. This doesn't look too great. Also, I need to go to the toilet. How long have I been streaming for? Me too, but look at that. Oh, that is some JPEG. I point to the route we took out here. Heavy waves are beginning to wash over the rocky outcrop. Eating food from Taco Bell. I've never had Taco Bell. In fact, I dislike Mexican food. Maybe because I have a weak stomach, to be honest. I just know I dislike like a lot of Mexican stuff. So heavy waves are beginning to wash over the rocky outcrop. Once the tide comes in, it may well be completely submerged.
仕方ありませんね。引き上げましょう。
だな。こんなところで夜を明かしたくねえし。
Though disgruntled, the two of them agree to head back. I start walking along after them when... Something about the hut draws me back, and I turn to look at it again. What's this feeling? I lay a hand on the door. It's very strange, but I feel like I've seen this place before. Higher on the beat. And I know it's a place to go. That's when it happens. A chill runs up my spine, and images begin flashing through my mind. A barren room, about 14 square meters across. A musty child's bed, a wooden desk, a patched together chair, a messy pile of books. Someone's asleep on the bed, wrapped up in a blanket. Huh? What was that? What I just saw.
どうしたんだよ、せつな。急ごうぜ。
Cutten's voice drags me back to reality. It's just the moment I touched the door, I was able to see the interior of the hut in my mind. Looked like a child's bedroom. Try touching the door once more, but this time all I feel is the cold of the timber. Was it just an illusion?
またくだらねえこと言い出しやがって。置いてっちまうぞ。
Ah, sorry. I shake my head trying to forget the images. But Sarah sidles up to me and whispers conspirationally.
イントロスコピーですね。
Interoscopy. What? Interoscopy. No? I have no... I don't know that. Whatever. Claire, what's that?
ESP の一種。いわゆる透視能力のことです。
X-ray vision. X-ray vision, the ability to see things that aren't actually in your line of vision, like inside boxes or through walls, or like seeing diamonds underground. No, I don't think so. It's more like, in fact, I'm very certain of it. Someone was there? The hut's been abandoned for ages. The padlock can't have been opened in years. There's no way that somebody could be inside.
では、サイコメトリングかもしれませんね。
Out comes Shrek. Maybe it's, what? Psychometry.
サイコメトリングとは、場所や物に残された過去の記憶を読み取る能力です。
No way do I have those sorts of powers. This is the stuff of fantasy. Fantasy? Am I really in a position to go around dismissing things on that basis?
せつなさんはタイムトラベラーなんですよね。
Well,
サイ
yeah.
コメトリングとはタイムトラベルの一種です。
Huh?
場所や物を媒介として一時的に過去の世界へのタイムトラベルを行うこと。
Right, in theory, if time travel's about going back into the past, psychometry is a way of seeing the past. They're two of a kind. But why did it just happen out of nowhere like
せ
that?
つなさんが本来の力を取り戻しつつあるということではないでしょうか。いえ、あるいは取り戻しつつあるのは力の使い方、すなわち記憶かもしれません。
Memories coming back? No, hold on a sec. I still haven't remembered a
さ
thing.
て、それはどうでしょう。意識の表層に現れていないだけで、無意識下では思い出しているのかもしれません。
Another maybe. Everything Sarah says is speculative. There's no evidence that suggests any of that's true. Hey, it's like abroad in Japan's. Maybe my cat is dead. Anyone's gonna get the reference. No one's gonna get the reference. Also, I still have the page for like Oremo open, but like everything's PlayStation Portable only. I don't have a PlayStation Portable, and maybe my cat is dead. Also, Oremo has the tag no sexual content because thank God it's 15 plus, but whatever. Good. Jack can play it, but he doesn't know Japanese. Neither do I, so, you know.
タイムトラベルとかサイコなんとかとか。
Psycho,
何バカなこと
whatchamacallit.
言ってんだよ。
Nice.
そんなのただの気のせいに決まってるだろ。ほら、さっさと戻ろうぜ。
Karen has a point. Under normal circumstances, you'd assume it was a trick of the mind. However,
せつなさんは自分を知ることを恐れているのでは。
oof, can't exactly deny that. After those threats of yours, all I can do is make light of the situation. But it's true, I really am terrified that my life here might fall apart. My life together with Kara and Sarah and it's been peaceful here on this island, surrounded by the three of them. I've got more comfortable with it than I'd intended. At some point, it simply got lost in the everyday. I just swore to Rina that I'd find myself here on the island, or what I am. What am I really? Who or what am I really? Karin stubbornly insists that I've got to have been born into this age. Sarah believes my story about having come from the future without a shadow of a doubt. Nina, she wants to believe that I'm the Setsuna from the age of legend, here to save her. All three girls I've met here on this island have their own ideas of who I am, but I'm yet to find any answers of my own. Or maybe not. I've got three potential answers right here, but I just haven't decided which of them represents my true self. Let's see. Whoa, I get to choose this? Or one of the three is right? Or maybe it's, they all go to the same thing anyway. I'm gonna go with Came here from the past or came here from the future or born into this age. I'm gonna say I came from the future. Because time travel, I mean, you could also come here from the past. But that's the legend. I'm gonna say that I'm from the future, and I'm gonna stick with the, I came from the future and trying to save someone or something. That's a time traveler from the future. Whatever. I feel like this choice doesn't actually matter, but who knows? There's no evidence whatsoever to support that claim, but it's all that my senses are telling me to believe. When I woke up on this island, I saw a newspaper dated 1999, I felt strangely nostalgic. Exactly. I was overcome with a strong sense of duty to drive. And most importantly,
Setsuna-san?
Sarah was kind enough to believe me. While everyone else just laughed at my story, she actually listened to me. She took me seriously, that's why I'm going to believe in her too. Oh, so it was more like you choose the girl, not the story. Whatever. Maybe I should have gone for Dina then, but whatever. Just like you say, Sala, I was afraid of learning the truth, but burying my head in the sand like that would be a denial of everyone who's believed in me. So I'm not going to be scared anymore, I swear. I came here from the future. Splash. Sara route. Behind me, a huge wave breaks against the rocks. It's almost like the title screen of a movie. Sorry, that's a small sigh.
私としたことが敵に塩を食ってしまうとは。
You didn't already save on the choice. This game has a flow chart, so I can go back and do other things if I want to later. I can't believe I just gave it up. But from the look on her face, she's not altogether unhappy. Well, I'm pretty sure that regardless of what I chose, it would go back to this exact place anyway, but
昔のボートハウスか何かでしょうか。
もしかしたら海賊のお宝
why
が
didn't we
眠って
go
る
inside? Oops. It wasn't too long before we headed back from the hut. The tide had started coming in, and it didn't seem like we'd discover anything more by snooping around. It's a mystery to me why anybody would build a hut somewhere like that. Oh yeah, I wonder what that mark was?
マーク？
There's a mark carved into the wall of the hut next to the door. It looks like it kind of looked like a shrine gate.
鳥ですか。
Tori has something to do with Urashima Shrine. Sarah remains silent. She gazes at the horizon, seemingly lost in thought. I can't tell what's going through her mind. Kana must have picked up on the weird vibe because she suddenly springs to her
せっ
feet.
かく海水浴に来たんだ。あそこまで来なそうだ。
Race. She points to the horizon. I have no objections. I'm already drenched anyway. The question is, where's the finish line going to be? I follow her finger and see a single dot on the horizon. The offshore platform. Don't ask the impossible. How many kilometers is
未
that?
来人のくせに情けねえな。
There aren't any oceans in the future. None that I remember anyway.
あの辺りでは昔からこの時期になると海難事故が多いと聞いたことがあります。一説によると水の中から無数の手が出てきて聖者を海底に
Yeah,
引き
sure
込むの
about
だ
that.
とか。
Yeah. You get stories like that everywhere, but she's trying to help me out here. I can't let her efforts go to waste. Yeah, sounds dangerous. Best not, Karen.
そうだ
What?
な。
Really?
というわけでぜひ行きましょう、せつなさん。
That face. That's great. Why?
心配は無用です。私は神に守られていますから。
What about me? Wait, is that what she's after? She's convinced that I'm from the future and she wants me dead. The sooner the better.
どうかしましたか？
What a sadist. And yet she looks so angelic. She really does deserve some kind of award.
サラ、まさかこの間言ってた殺したいやつって。
Even Karen's caught on Sarah's vendetta? Let's see how the little schemer explains this one.
はい、せつなさんのことです。
So shameless.
そうか。よし、行ってこい。
You're supposed to stop her.
おっと、急に用事を思い出した。じゃ、私は先に戻ってるよ。
I?
頑張れよ、サラ。
She just up and left. The hell's wrong with
それ
her?
では行きましょう、せつなさん。
No? Are you serious? Sarah grabs my hand and starts pulling me towards the ocean. She'd better put the ring on or whatever. feel like a criminal on death row now, being led to the gallows. I didn't know about this.
言ってませんか？
I'm swimming out into the ocean and dragging Sara along in her rubber ring. I called it. Oh god. Oh no. I thought you islanders would be good
人間
swimmers.
は丘の上での生活に適応する
I
よう
wonder
に
if I could
進
get
化して
different
きたんです。
CG if I took the different character earlier on. I'm not sure, but it's not an anime or convertible to anime thing. If there is no, little did you know, I did watch the anime adaptation. There is an anime adaptation for this. Man of Little Land. In other words, she's a hopeless landlubber. She did landlubber, nice. She tried paddling along by herself at first, but since she wasn't making much progress, I decided it'd be faster to just pull her. But I'm not that strong either with Sara tethered to me. We're not really doing any
海上
better.
ステーションまで
Faring to
反応が
close the
進んだ地
streams.
点が
Nope.
問題のスポットだと言われています。もう
Incidents.
少
Oh
しです
gosh.
から頑張ってください。
I took off my shirt and shorts earlier since they were weighing me down. Sarah protested, but had I carried on in my clothes, we'd have needed to turn back a long time ago. Do you want to see me dead that badly?
何の話ですか？
Hey, there's no point in playing dumb. I let go of the ring and start treading water. Then I just take a look around. We're in open sea. There's really no need to beat around the bush. You brought me all the way here to kill me, right? Of course, I plan on putting up a fight. Can't imagine you're actually succeeding in taking my life. But right now, my very identity depends on Sara. I was only able to convince myself I came from the future because she made such an earnest effort to kill me off. Shoot, I should have picked a different character earlier. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I want to see the other CGs too. Sticking with the little baby-faced assassin is the least I can do in return. I could just loft the whole thing off. Think of it as a pretend play. But for me, it's all about the struggle to find purpose in life, and that's why I'll never make fun of anything Sara says or does. What? You were away, shadowy? No. If she's serious, I'll have to be serious too. I think that I could have probably maybe gotten a different CG if I took a different character in a flowchart, but really, it kind of... but I wanted to just pick this option, but it wasn't that I wanted to... Whatever.
はい？私が刹那さんを殺すはずないじゃないですか。
What? Wait a minute, that's not what you said before.
いずれ刹那さんを殺すつもりであ
Then
る
why
ことは
did
否
you
定しま
come
せん。
here?
ですが、今は違います。だって、今
After all?
刹那さんを殺したら、私はどうやって島に戻ればいいんですか？
What a hopeless assassin. Why'd you bring me here?
そんなの決まってるじゃないですか。だって、
Cause...
噂の階段をこの目で見られるチャンスなんですよ。
Yeah, she just wants to see. He's way too naive and innocent to make it as an
というわけ
assassin.
で、先に進みましょう。
Roger that. I noticed this before, so I was pretty obsessed with the occult. Is it okay if you're a shrine maiden? Chunibyo, let's go.
この辺りですね。
What?
問題の
That-
海域は。
Hey, did the water just get colder? I also feel like the current's slightly stronger here. Perhaps this is a particularly treacherous stretch. You said that a bunch of hands would appear and drag people to the bottom of the sea, right? Ocean's so dark that I can't begin to see my way to the bottom. There's no way of knowing what could approach us from below. Thank goodness this is gone. Just thinking about it. Oh, nah, we're back. I need to take a leak. Hey, don't stray too far away from me now. I hurriedly grab hold of Sara's swim ring again. Current seems to flow out in the open sea, so it'd be dangerous if we were swept out.
最低です。
Can't help it. I've been in the water for a pretty long time. How about you? Are you okay? Should we start heading back soon? For some reason, she keeps quiet. Don't tell me you've already. Whoa, that's disgusting.
女の子のそういうことには目をつぶってください。
I mean, what? You just said you were gonna do it as well, so like... Hey everyone, this girl right here just peed in the ocean.
大声で叫ばないでくだ
There's
さい。
no one here! I almost forgot we still need to get back. I can't afford to waste my energy. Anyway, it doesn't look like anything's gonna
です
happen.
ね。
Suppose the rumors were just that, rumors. Let's leave it and head back.
もう少し待ってみましょう。
You maybe find that swim ring of yours, but I've been treading water this whole time.
うん、
Don't look so disappointed. Just a few more minutes, okay? I guess it's time to show her what Senzenkai Setsuna is made of.
ありがとうございます、せつなさん。
Sara and I are all alone, surrounded by miles upon miles of open water. It's almost as if we're the only two people in the world. Very strange feeling indeed. Can I ask you something? What made you decide to believe me, Sara? You believed me when I said that I'd come here from the future.
信じることに理由が必要ですか？
Well, I guess not. We're always looking for some kind of reasoning, some logic behind everything, but it's kind of sad if you think about it. I mean, we were all once to believe in what we can't see with our own eyes as children. However, on the day we met, Sara made an effort to come over to the mansion just to confirm that what she'd heard about me. And today we've drifted out in the open sea on a similar whim. Even if she really does believe in supernatural phenomena, this is taking it a bit too far. There must be some kind of reasoning behind it.
私は知っています。もう一人の未来人を、この島にかつて未来人がいたこと。
What? I'm about to ask for clarification when Doc suddenly begins sinking.
どうしました、せつなさん。
My leg! I break out in a cold sweat. This feeling. I'm cramping up!
驚かせないでください。
Oh no. Ow! I hang onto the ring for dear life until the cramps subside. But there's something else, something worse. I feel a hand. It's creeping up my leg. My boxer just slipped down. What? Sarah's face turns a ghastly white. Hey, don't shove my head underwater. This ring seriously going to drown. Bloop bloop. Jeez.
話に聞くところによると、せつなさんは
We're seeing our lives pass.
せつなさんひどいです。もうその虫取りは見つかりません。せつなさんはどんな
What?
自分でありたい
I
のです
really
か？
wish I'd chosen a different character now. For a moment, I saw my life flash before my eyes. Calm down, Sarah. It wouldn't take long to fix this. My boxes are dangling from one foot, so I try to use the other to pull them up. Oops, I got swept away.
こっち来ないでください。こっち来ないでください。
Skyrim. Oh my god, the memes. Kick. Quit kicking me in my stomach. Didn't you say... They're not there. Ow. Sarah's shriek echoes across the ocean. I wouldn't mind screaming out like that myself, but I can't make a sound. While Sarah's flailing about madly, I'm barely able to draw breath. What a scene. We probably look like a really grotesque pair of gargoyles? What in the world is this? Gargoyles. Gargoyle?
Gargoyle.
A grotesque carved human or animal face or figure projecting from the gutter of a building. What? Like a monster? Oh, I see. Look at the pictures. You died. What a scene. Yeah, okay. I get it. I thought I was going to die. Somehow we managed to work our way back to the shallows. I can reach the seafloor again.
それはこっちのセリフです。今でも足の裏にあの感触が。
Don't worry about it. Once you grow up, you'll get to rub your feet and... Whoa! Whoa! This... I forget that this game sometimes does lines like that. Anyway, how are you going to compensate me if I can't have children anymore?
知りません。
She's pouting at me. Well, I'm glad we managed to get back in one piece at least. You can touch the ground here, right? I'm gonna let go, okay?
はい。あり。
Oops, it must be cold. Let's head back to the mansion for a hot shower. You should go out first, and when I get out of the water, I notice just how tired I am. My body feels like lead. Yeah. So like, I should have stayed in the water for a bit, and then she could leave. And I look down at myself. Oh yeah, I also have oxygen.
早く服を着てください。
Yeah, I probably should. Pick up the shirt I discarded earlier, shake off any sand, and start putting it on.
どうして上からなんですか？
Because I was lying close by.
先に隠すべきところがあるでしょ。
Tara quickly averts her gaze, but it's pretty clear that my junk's still inside the line of sight. Guess that even she really doesn't want to see it. She's too scared to take her eyes off me completely. Don't worry about it. Once you grow... Stop. What? She won't ever grow up? That's your choice to make, but time is cruel. In the end, you have to grow up and head out into the real world, whether you want it or not. It's a rite of passage.
はい、ズボンです。履いてください。
Sarah grabs my shorts at lightning speed and holds them out to me. Okay. God, MC, please. Put my foot through one of the legs. They're not quite dry yet. Oh, this feels gross.
ありがとうございました。
Dang it! I really should have taken a different character. Gosh, dang it! I didn't realize it was tied to the character. I wish we could have a different. Ah, why Sara? Oh well. Thank you for
今
what?
日はいい経験をさせていただきました。以前から興味はあったのです
You've always wanted to see that, but you've never been able to. Okay, this is too easy of a line. Main character, please. It's okay. I'm sorry, mine isn't that impressive. Exactly. I do up the zipper.
こっちじゃありません。私が感謝しているのは、沖まで付き合ってくれたことです。
No need to thank me. Nothing really happened in the end. I was hardly much help. I cramped up and almost started drowning.
本当にそうでしょうか。よく思い出してください。何かに足を引かれたのでは？
No, there couldn't have been. Still, I was in a complete panic at the time, so I can't say for sure. What if the stories are true and there was really some kind of monster dragging me down beneath the
お
waves?
そらく下着を供物に捧げることで、セクさんに助かったのでしょう。
What kind of monster would want those? Logically speaking, it's most likely my leg just cramped up out of exhaustion, the cold current, and the panic I experienced when we were about to be swept out into sea. That would also explain why so many accidents happen in the area. Many mysteries in this world can be explained fairly easily like that. However,
今日は本当にいい経験ができました。
Sarah's way of thinking isn't all that bad. The world is filled with mysteries. Some things just can't be defined and measured using common sense. I'm sure that's one of the things that makes this world so interesting. Well, reality isn't all fun and games though. We should get back inside as soon as possible. First is rock. Saisho gu janken. What? Poi. Scissors. Alright, I won. First dibs on the shower. Start sprinting towards the mansion, leaving Sarah behind.
ずるいです、セツナさん。レディーファーストですよ。
Lady hostile. So ne. Rock, paper, scissors take precedence over everything.
それでもさっきのは無効です。私もパーを出そうとしてました。
So what? So it's a draw. I suppose we'll have to share the shower then.
グーでいいです。
Don't be wait. Rock. I had scissors, so I would have. Wait. Oh no. He was saying rock paper scissors. Okay, I thought he was actually doing scissors. It was actually paper, but like whatever. Okay. Don't be a stranger. Our bathroom's pretty big.
グーでいいです。
Speaking of mysteries, not that long ago everyone treated me like an outsider, but now I'm able to hang out with the Irons girls like this. That's probably the biggest mystery of it all. It can't be scientifically explained, but it defies all common sense. Mysteries certainly exist in this world, so for now I'll just enjoy them to my heart's content. And that's where the fork comes back together, I'm assuming. I could go back and do things like other... I could probably try to do the other things, but maybe I shouldn't now. Maybe I should do that
どこ
late.
へ行くの？
Oh no! I have decided. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. It's not a fork going back on itself. We are taking a different route. Okay. We have now split up from the rest. Okay. That was the decision of the game, I guess. So I'm gonna stick with this. Because it was, I did genuinely choose, because that, I didn't choose it for the girl. I chose it, whatever. Anyway, let's just keep going. The reality isn't all fun and games. Achoo!
いたのかよ。
What, you're still here too? Kind of finally grows aware of my presence. Don't blame her though, I'm curled up into a ball in the corner of the
い
room.
つ
What?
戻って。ん？サラはどうした？
She's in the bath with Rina?
で、あんたはどうしてこんなとこでバスタオルをかぶって震えてるんだ？
The world's filled with mysteries, you know. Just don't understand the concept of ladies first. Never mind, Sara. Why does a girl who's been nice and warm indoors all day get to take a bath before a man who's freezing his ass off? Maybe I should just barge into the bathroom.
じゃ、私は先に帰るから、サラのことは任せたぞ。
Bye. Of course, she'll be a fully fledged woman by tomorrow, I promise.
殴られてえのか。
Wait, no, I was just joking.
あんたが言うと冗談に聞こえねえんだよ。
Hey, you have a little face.
ちゃんと家まで送れって意味だよ。わかったか？
Shoot! I've been thinking, I have chosen the girl of this path, which means I don't know if I want to keep this. I'll keep this going. We can always go back. We can do the other endings later. I guess. Who knows? Who knows? Why do I have to? Can't you just take her?
そりゃ私だってあんたなんかに任せたくねえよ。けど門限があるからな。
Oh yeah, look at the window, knows that twilight has drawn in, but there's plenty of time left until the usual curfew. Karen seems to have noticed my doubtful look. She leans in closer and says,
言ったろ。あんまりサラと一緒にいるとこ見られたくねえんだよ。
Why? Because your dad's going to complain about it like he did yesterday?
あ
I try to remember the conversation between the mayor and Sarah. At first glance, Sarah seemed unaffected, but on the inside she was obviously... I don't know what happened between you all, but if he complains again, I'll tell him off.
逆だよ。
What do you mean?
あんたには関係。
Karen starts snapping at me like she usually does, but then stops short in the middle of her sentence. Sarah and Lina's laughter reaches up from somewhere in the house.
いや、あんたには話しておいた方が良さそうだな。
What? She says resignedly.
ここじゃなんだな。外で話そうぜ。
This makes me wonder if the anime did take both or all three paths and put them together in the anime. I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Karen takes me to a spot I visit often. It's the beach, where we all hanging out a little while ago. But now, silence reigns.
なあ、あんたの前でサラはどんななんだ？
That's a rather sudden question. How should I answer it? Well, there's no point in thinking too deeply about it, I guess. I should probably tell her the first thing that springs to mind. Just like usual, she keeps saying things. She keeps saying that she's going to kill me, but she's just acting like a little kid picking a fight. She's impulsive and a bit of a crybaby, but she has lots of interest and tries her hardest at everything she does. I feel comfortable around her when she's that way. This is not the girl I wanted to go with. I don't know who else. I probably Rina, Karen. I mean, those are the two only options, but like Sara, it's like I don't know. Shoot, wrong option. I'm thinking nothing of but my own problems. When I'm playing with Sara, I'm able to forget about it all. She doesn't doubt that I'm from the future, so I don't have to worry about that when I'm with her. But at the same time, it makes me feel lonely. To her, I'm probably just one of many things she's interested in. Sara's world is filled with mysteries. I'm just one of them, nothing more.
それはちげえよ。
Chige.
サラはさ、私の前では笑ってくれるんだ。楽しそうにいろんな話をしてくれるんだ。
Isn't that a good thing? All she ever does is glare at me, so I'm kind of jealous.
でも、それだけだ。
Huh?
不満も漏らさねえし、泣きも怒りもしねえ。本当の感情を見せてくれねえんだ。
Her true feelings.
辛いはずなのに。愚痴りたいこといっぱいあるはずなのに。きっとあの笑顔だって、本当の笑顔じゃねえんだ。何でも一人で抱え込んじまうんだよ。
I've noticed that myself. At times it's impossible to tell from her expression what she's thinking. It's a cold glare, as if she's refusing to open up to anyone.
なんかそういうとこ、あんたと似てるよな。
Me? like to think I'm pretty outgoing. It's not like I'm hiding my feelings to anyone. It's just that I don't understand my own feelings. There's no way to convey something I don't understand, so there's no point in trying.
ほら、そういうとこだよ。一人で勝手に考え込んで、勝手に納得しちまう。
How so?
まあいいよ。あんたにあんたの事情があるんだろうしな。
Karen lets out a big sigh before getting back on topic.
サラがああなっちまったのにも事情がある。あんた、5年前の浦島神社の事件は知ってる
Yes, I'm pretty sure. There's a fire, right? I make sure not to mention any
そ
details.
の火事で一人になっちまったサラを引き取ったのがクルツケ。要するにうちの親父だ。それ以来、私とサラは
But then why is he angry about it now? What's happened? I see. This explains why Sarah and Kara are so friendly with each other, and why the mayor said what he did yesterday. Knowing the circumstances all makes sense to me. Sarah would have been 11 years old still in elementary school. There's no way she could have gotten by on her own. The Kudetsu family saved her life.
楽しかったよ。おふくろが島を出てったばっかだったからな。サラが来てくれて本当に嬉しかった。だけど浮かれてたのは私だけだった。
Karen pauses briefly before going
あ
on.
れはサラが中学を卒業した日。去年の3月のことだ。サラが家から姿を消した。荷物も何もそのままでな。
So what happened?
どうやら親父がサラに養子入りの話を持ちかけたらしい。親父は最初からサラを利用するつもりだったんだよ。クルツ家の権力を拡大するためにな。
Sarah is the last survivor bearing the Garando name. If we took it away from her, the Garando family, one of the three families, would essentially become extinct. Sarah once told me that many people don't think well of the three families, and surely the Kudetsu family is no exception. That's why Sarah is distancing herself from them. She needs to protect the Garando family name. As an outsider, I feel like everything would have come together nicely if your family had just adopted her. That way she wouldn't have to live in that shoddy little shed all by herself, and she could have played with Karen whenever she wanted.
あいつが何を考えてるかなんて知らねえよ。私はサラじゃねえんだから。けどまあ、大方親父のやり口に愛想が尽きたんだろう。とにかくあいつは一人で生きていくことを決めた。だったら私はあいつの決断を尊重してやりたい。
This is the reason why Karen avoids hanging out with Sarah in public. If rumors spread that Sarah is still close to the Kudetsus, the mayor would only gain more and more power. Whether or not Sarah will be adopted is a delicate issue, but the Garando family will lose its influence sooner or later.
以来ずっとサラは一人で暮らしてる。他人とは一切の関わりを断ってな。
It doesn't sit right with me for some reason. I can't tolerate that a young girl who's barely even graduated middle school has been forced to take such a decision. It's frustrating to see that two girls who were supposed to have been raised as sisters were ripped apart. I understand that kicking your dad's ass isn't going to solve everything, but the answer is simple. We just have to kick in the asses of everyone who complains.
あのな、ちょっとは考えろよ。
Why would the whole
敵を
island
増やす
complain?
だけだ。
Well, can't think of anything to say to that. If you have enemies, you just have to defeat them, and if there's any injustice in the world, you just have to get rid of it. Bye, shall we? But it's the island's past that's making Sarah suffer. The past can't be destroyed.
解決方法なら、リンネのお袋が引きこもるようになって、浦島神社が焼けて、御三家のうち2つが力をなくした。あとはクルツ家が滅べば、くだらねえしがらみは消える。
Does she mean?
私が島を出りゃ、全部終わる。私がいなくなりゃ、いい加減この島の連中も気づくだろう。
That makes sense.
そうすりゃ、サラは普通の女の子として生きていける。
She's right. If we want the old customs gone, the three families that represent them need to disappear first. If the island doesn't forget its past, it won't be able to move on to the future. It would be better for Sarah's sake and for the entire island. However, would you really be okay with that?
構うもんか。私だってこんな島に未練はねえよ。
That's not what I mean. Sure, the grown-ups are probably just trying to use Sarah for their own convenience, but you're not like that, are you? You're meeting her in secret because you're worried about her, right? So, I think you could become a real sister to her.
どうだかな。サラは悩むことなく家を出て行った。それがあいつの答えだろ。
Is that really the case? Is Karan really nothing but a stranger to Sara?
あんたなら、この島の過去と関係ねえあんたなら、サラの力になってやれるはずだ。
I wonder.
他人と関わることを避け続けていたサラが、あんただけには興味を持った。あんたはサラにとって特別なんだよ。
That's not true. Sarah believes that I'm from the future. That's the only reason she keeps hanging
だ
around
から
me.
サラのこと頼むよ。
Karan's giving me too much credit. Sarah helped me find myself when I was losing sight of who I was, and now I'm just taking advantage of her kindness by spending time with her. I'm doing exactly the same as all the others who are using her for their own convenience. If I really want to help her, I need to stop taking advantage of her like that first. I'd finally found myself, and now I need to forget it once more. But for me...
ま、そうマジになんなよ。しばらくは私もこれまで通り顔を出すつもりだからさ。あんたはあんたで、サラのことを気にしといてくれりゃそれでいい。つうわけでだ。今夜はちゃんとサラのことを送り届けてくれよ。
Yeah, got it. Got it. To be honest, I still haven't really grasped the situation despite what I'm saying. I'm not sure what Sarah really thinks about Karan or me, nor do I know the real reason why she left the Kutsu family or the reason she hangs around me. By the way, I suddenly remember something and call out to Karan, who has been about to turn back. Is it true that there's someone else from the future on the island?
は？まだんなこと言ってんのかよ。サラのこと任された自覚はあんのか？
Well, it's something she told me. I recall that Sarah said... What Sarah said when we were out in the ocean this afternoon?
私は知っています。もう一人の未来人を。
Maybe the other person has something to do with the reason Sarah keeps hanging around me.
ああ、あいつは昔からその手の話が好きだからな。
Karan lets out a big sigh, and I let out a big yawn. It's not hard to guess what that means.
嘘つったらさらに悪いな。あれだ、職業病みたいなもんだ。本気にすることはねえよ。
An occupational hazard, huh? The Karano family governs matters of life and death through sorcery. As a successor, Sarah must be burdened with that responsibility all by herself. If that's the case, I want to lift her burden
な
somehow.
んて、あんたには無理な注文か。な、未来人。
Yeah, you're right. I've come here from the future. It's too late for me to abandon who I am and find a new self. If I did, I wouldn't be me anymore.
やっぱりあんたはさ、サラとどっか似てるよ。あんたなら、きっとサラの力になれる。
No, I'm unable to lift her burden because we're so similar.
あいつを理解してやることができる。
What? To understand, to analyze, and perceive the correct meaning of something. When you understand a person, it can be a double-edged sword. There's always an appropriate distance between people. If you get too close, you only end up hurting each other. After that, you'll lick each other's wounds. Well, but Sarah always keeps people at an extreme distance. Maybe someone like me is exactly what she needs. Someone who gets close to her, for her to hurt, and vice versa. I sure hope so. I quietly express my wish, my hope, and answer Karan. The answer Karan is looking for probably isn't a non-committal one like this, but
ありがとな、刹那。
seems like she's satisfied with it for now. Karan leaves, a slight spring in her step. Seems like I was able to take a share of her burden off her shoulders. I don't regret it. Until today, I'd only been relying on others. Now I've gained a responsibility of my own. That's what it means to live. Sometimes you rely on other. Uh-oh, is that the first typo in the game? Sometimes you rely on others, and sometimes others rely on you. Yeah, it's a typo. Your responsibilities build up over time. If they feel like a burden, that just means you haven't distributed them properly. So if someone's carrying a burden, I'll help them with it. We'll share our burdens with one another. Island. I'm gonna end the stream here, so... Huh? Yes. I'm gonna save that right here.
ちゃんと覚えておきなさいよ。
Still, the fact that we
あな
have
たはどこから来て、
gone
どこへ
into...
行くの？
Okay, interesting. I knew these tabs were here. I didn't think it was gonna change so quickly. Well. Anyway, I guess that's gonna be it for now. We're gonna continue with Sada next time. Okay. I'm sure we'll do all the other endings at some point, but for now, thanks for watching the stream, thanks for watching the YouTube video perhaps, and we'll see you next time.